the microphone to our first speaker from Belarus, a very, very prominent activist, and she's maybe busy for 1 second, but she will give a very, very powerful statement of what's going on in Belarus, because it's very sad to hear that there are no positive development in the region. And months back, many of us were following the news, and Western medias, free medias were covering the issue, and now it's less in the media, and this is a very dangerous development. So it's our duty to keep Belarus up in our heart and mind, and I know that Vera will do that for all of us.
Thank you very much. I have quite a microphone today, so I want to say sorry for my microphone awareness. I wanted to mention something, guys, that despite the fact that we are now starting in small numbers, and I did receive some notes on the Facebook, and people say, oh, there are only 5 of us, what you can do? I say to those people, you know what? It's enough to have one person who understands. It's enough to have 1, 2, 3, 5 people who know, who believe, and who are doing something to change the world. Everything, including big world religions, started from just one man, from just a small group. So don't think that if we are in small numbers today, it won't lead anywhere, and that we will not be able to change the world. We will be able to change the world. So thank you for coming, for continue, and for continue fighting. And yes, thank you to Alex, and our leaders is alive and still with us. It's really, really great news. And thank you to all Belarusian people who are still fighting. And I had a long call with my friends from Belarus yesterday, and it was really terrible to find out that people were raped in prison, people were tortured in prison. And we do need to make the world aware of the torture that is going on in prison in Belarus. It is one of the most striking realizations of Belarus protest this year, that people were tortured systematically in thousands. And I'm sure for some reason that the same going on in Myanmar, the same going on everywhere, the same going on in Russia, everywhere where the dictators, they're always the torture. They're always going together. What I want to say is that we need to start thinking about certain legislations. For instance, we need to start thinking about Budapest Memorandum, because Budapest Memorandum was signed in 1994. We all should be able to remember there are people around who were signing this document, and that document was guaranteed the unity of, I need to rephrase it in the right way, I'm sorry. The Budapest Memorandum was guaranteeing political independence, economic independence, and the same border of the states who signed it. Belarus and Ukraine have signed that memorandum and gave their nuclear weapons, and the guarantor of their safety were Russia, United Kingdom, and United States. And look where we are today. Ukraine has a number of Russian troops on the border. There is a Russian aggression in Ukraine. Belarus is about to lose its economic independence completely due to Lukashenko and Putin. And the world needs to do something, because the guarantors cannot guarantee. And if guarantors cannot guarantee the safety of Ukraine borders, then Ukraine can start nuclear weapon program. It's completely possible. We need to talk today about what is happening in Ukraine and in Belarus in a context of nuclear safety in Europe. We can't just ignore it, because that is something world leaders have to address, have to talk about it. And we need to see Vladimir Putin, Boris Johnson, and President of USA actually addressing that issue. That will be very, very good for the world. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this detailed and important account about the situation in Belarus and Ukraine. These are obviously very intertwined issues, and we can't hope to solve it if we don't think bigger. So I'm very happy to hear this. I would like now to hand the mic to Stephen from Hong Kong to hear about the situation in the country, the territory, and obviously also comment on the recent genocide statement from the European Parliament related to the region. Stephen, you're welcome.
Brother, sisters, I found the topic talking about something I'm unknown with, but about you. I've been there some 40 years ago, 30, 40 years ago. But Donna, I just want to say very nice people anywhere, but I cannot get on their behalf. I'm not Russian, but I'm a Russian. I'm not Belarus, I'm Belarus. But I'm Hong Kong, Yeah. I'm born there. So we're here to stand together. As the lady just said, if there's seed, it will grow. If there will fire, it will burn. No matter how many people we have, we stand firm because we have to always we believe in universal values, human rights, equality. That's why we are fighting for. And so many people just fighting for that. Everywhere in the world, whether it's terrorism, a lot of people, they use the most natural and basic instinct of hunger strike to offer to give their life to change for something. They might or might not get it. It's not everywhere. Northern Ireland and India, Russia, because it's very tragic that people are forced to be but we cannot have the freedom of expression. I hope this will not happen at all. Although you come with process, it can be like culture and our like all the foods, all the tactics that companies have been used to torture people. It might happen if we don't stand and shout and act now. It's not the worst, but it's worse enough. We don't wait the last hope, but there's no defense, but it's too late. That's why we are here. We never lose hope. Although there are more women there, but we might stand at the background because of obvious reasons they don't want to be shamed or one or two other ways. Understandable. But we are together. Thank you, ladies. And thank you. Probably have to send some new ribbons.
Yeah, we have
all there. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen. Eva now will tell us about the situation in Russia with the very important developments for Navalny as well.
It's working. Great. Hi guys. Thank you very much. I'm so happy to see you here. Thank you very much, all of you, for supporting Navalny and Russia. And we held a demonstration on the 21st, just opposite to the embassy of the Russian Federation. It was pleasant to see how many people gathered to support him. I wanted to thank everybody across the globe, in all over the world. Different countries were supporting this protest action, and it has brought some little light into our hopes. The number of arrests in Russia actually was less than the first time. This time it was about 2,000 arrests, unlike last time, which was about 4,000. So it clearly says about something. Also, I believe it happened because Putin was making his speech on in-state Russia meeting. But nevertheless, they come up with a different way of billing people for protest. Instead of arresting them publicly, what they've done is they've collected all the data of the protesters, and now they're billing them. The way they do it is they firing people, most people just risk their careers, students, obviously there was an event in Russia, not an event, as I said last time, the student magazine was arrested, and many students are being prosecuted for taking part in protest actions. Although it seems like it was less, less violent, it's still there is still a big problem, and people are still suffering from the unlawful actions of Russian government. But saying that, we still believe there is a light of hope for all of us, and we will continue fighting and use any informational excuse to speak about our issues and try to stop this madness. Well, thank you very much, and we're still fighting to free Navalny. It looks like his life is now safe, but well, we hope so. But we need him free.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So before doing a bit of chanting, like every single week, I want to talk about what is going to happen now. So for the last year, almost, July will mark the 1-year anniversary of Fridays for Freedom. We've been protesting every Friday. We went in front of the Russian embassy. We went in front of so many different embassies across the world. It would take a very long time to make the full list. But we're not just doing it because we like screaming at world leaders on the Friday, although we do. But also because this is a way of showing world leaders that together united, we cannot defeat. And we believe this. Ahead of the G7 meeting that is happening in just a month in the UK, we are lobbying, advocating, and protesting to push every single world leader, including the one across the street, to take action for democracy, for freedom, to support freedom fighters by imposing coordinated sanctions. I see signs with arms embargo somewhere, including the ones I mean. Thanks, Eva. And we want measures to be taken in a systematic manner to be able to impact freedom and democracy. So the G7 is upcoming. We're planning probably a trip in front of the building to continue to scream at them so that they actually have to listen to us. They don't want to push on democracy. But then other events will take place. On September 15th is a beautiful day that is the International Day of Democracy. We'll organize a big freedom marathon, a second one. I don't mean a run because I can't run a marathon, but a very, very long event with people from all across the world coming, working for democracy, and asking world leaders to do more. But we won't stop there. Until they hear us, we'll continue. We'll protest, we'll scream, we'll speak, we'll dance. But then there's also Biden Summit for Democracy in December. While no one really knows what this will be about, we'll also protest that. And we'll continue to make sure that they don't have a choice but to hear us. And I think a few of you said it last time, including Vera, if we actually stand on the sideline, we will lose. We don't have a choice in every single country but to fight for democracy. So this time we're going to do a different chance this time. When I ask you what you want democracy, right?
Yeah.
I think we can all agree.
Yes.
And when we want it,
Now.
Even yesterday.
but it's too long to sing. Let's talk now. Yay, we also have a mini megaphone to go louder. Okay. What do you want? Free democracy. Yes. When do you want it?
Now.
What do you want?
Free democracy.
When do you want it?
Now.
We can have a democracy. We can have all of it. Let's go with democracy and then we go to other ones. What do you want?
Democracy.
When do you want it?
Now.
Let's do one for Hong Kong. Free Hong Kong.
Yeah, free Hong Kong.
What do you want?
Free Hong Kong.
When do you want it?
Now.
When do you want it?
Now.
Should we do one for Free Navalny?
Yes.
What do you want?
Free Navalny.
What do you want?
Free Navalny.
When do you want it?
Now.
When do you want it?
Now. Free Belarus. Good to go. Free Belarus. Yes.
What do you want?
Free Belarus.
What do you want?
Free Belarus.
What do you want?
Free Belarus.
When do you want it?
Now.
Woo, that wasn't bad. Amazing. So that's it for this week's Fridays for Freedom. It's a bit of a smaller one. Whether a lot of people are in the front. Next week we'll come back to fight for democracy from Myanmar to Hong Kong to Belarus to Russia to Venezuela to Cuba, and I can keep on going.
Say something brief just about Sunday.
And let's keep on
Yeah.
going with this.
I don't know if you all know, but we are having a big march on Sunday to commemorate the 35th anniversary of the Chernobyl disaster, which affected Belarus particularly heavily. So we will be out in force, and we would like, because it's a global issue, we would like as many activists to come along. I know our friends from the Russian group are going to be there, so please join us. It's 2:30, and we're meeting.
No, it's 12:30.
12:30, yes. Oh, 12:30. Yeah, it's got me in numbers. 12:30, that is. And that's in Trafalgar Square, on the corner of Trafalgar Square, near where the statues are, outside the National Gallery. All right, mother. So please come along, and you're more than welcome, because Belarusians are very well behaved when they protest. So let's just kind of let's just make it a bit more colorful.
Okay.
So that we can sing there as well. So see you Friday. We'll see you next Friday. See you Sunday. See you every single day. See you for democracy.
Woo! Okay, that was protest outside of the Downing Street today, Fridays for Freedom. And we have a lovely lady who wants to take a picture of us.
Thank you. I think my phone needs to be enough. I want the same energy that when you
Give me a sign.
Can we ask one of our boys to do the picture?
taking pictures, but I wanted to talk.
You want to be?
I like dolphins.
One last,
I'm sorry, I'm very pedantic.
no.
Thank you.
There you go, guys. Just wanted to show you what it is about. The protest Fridays for Freedom, and you can all participate and help us to build democracy, to create new movement in the world that will be reflecting absolutely all political issues that are happening now and in the countries around the globe, around the world. And I also want to say that 12:30 on Sunday, the 25th, it's big march, the Chernobyl way, the march that was traditionally in Belarus. I'm glad Alison have remembered to say that. That march was traditionally happening in Belarus. But this year, unfortunately, due to all the problems and all the oppression of the government, that traditional march of commemoration, the victims of Chernobyl tragedy, will not be happening in Belarus because all the marches are not allowed. So we're going to take the matters in our own hand and remember people of Chernobyl, remember people of Belarus, remember everybody who fought, and also to remind the world the dictatorship and the nuclear plants are not going together well either. So we need to bring our conscience a little bit higher. So I hope to see you there. Trafalgar Square, yeah. Trafalgar Square, opposite the National Party Gallery. We will be meeting there. You will see people in yellow jackets, and then they will direct you through the march, so through the streets of London. We're going to end it at Belarusian Embassy at Kensington. So hope to see you all there, guys. Thank you very much. Bye bye. What does it mean?
And oil.
All right. Great. Great. There you go. Free Belarus. This is what we want. Free Belarus. Free Belarus.